Okay, so hey everyone. This is going to be, I don't know when this is going to be recorded, but this is going to be like a not a showcase, but just a quick demonstration of the Shadow Hunt. I know probably some people already done it, but this is basically like a how can I say it? Like one of the Wild West it's like a bounty kind of thing. So how Shadow Hunt is, it's basically not too crazy. It's just going to be different tiers, like levels of the shadows you will fight. Mainly it's going to be in the palace, but these first three is going to be in the mementos of the new area. I would recommend clearing the current up-to-date path of the story, so you have all these like unlocked. If not, I would say, like, if you see it in front of you, just do it. If not, probably just do the entire story and then part of mementos of what you can get to. But other than that, this is not really too complicated. It's actually pretty easy in some cases, but I'm just going to walk through my playthrough of it, or just basically get some collective of how to go around with this. So when I say that some of the shadows are going to be in mementos, it's going to at least lead you to area 2. After area 2, it's just not going to let you go through any further. But so far you can just collect as much as what you can. So first shadow is going to be up in these 3 parts. Well, 2 parts I would say, but also in area 1 here, and then area 2 is going to be these 2s up here. So first is going to be this one in the very bottom right, so let's get to it. Okay, so with the first shadow, it's going to be Lilith. Now it does say it's going to be one particular person, and then this is when Lilim is defeated, it will be resummoned at the beginning of Lilith's turn. So how this fight would work is that this Lilith will use Lilim for I would say a SP leech. I forgot what the actual name is called. But the gimmick of this fight is that the succubus, Lilim, she will continuously drain the entire party's SP. And then Lilith would, how can I say this? She will take SP from the entire team, right? But she also has another passive to where, what was it called? What is it called? It's one of those, no, it's over here. What was it? Forbidden Incantation. Basically, that the more our SP is lowered, the more damage they will do to that said player. So this is primarily what I would say, be mindful of how much SP you use. Like for instance, Tempest. Tempest is basically meant to dump her entire SP gauge to an ally, to where they will give everyone buffs. Now keep in mind, if you literally use all your SP and she gets hit, she's going to take the majority of the damage other than everyone else. So just keep in mind, I would probably bring a Guardian, Kite, Phantom Thieves, or a Persona like Savathun, because honestly Savathun is really good. Norn is probably good as well to inflict windswept on everyone else, whoever hits you or your team. But let's start with this. So let's go with Savathun, and then let's cast Twins. Do keep in mind as well, once we do get rid of this shadow, Lilith would spawn another shadow at her beginning of turn. So that's a good stall to say if this shadow is still alive, and then she will just cast her either her SP drain or her attack to retaliate. This is basically a good substitution to where she can't continuously rely on draining SP. Let's do this. Should be dead after this attack. Hopefully. Could be. Yep. Alright, nice. Yep, okay, cool. Oh, never mind, she still cast it. That's different. She didn't do that before. Alright, so scratch what I said. She still summons it. Alright, cool. So, entirely we're just facing 2 shadows. Alright. Let's see. Let's do Rebellion this time, and then we will do... Skill 2. Let's use Highlight. And then we can just mag up everything with the passive. Let's see. It should wipe everything out, and we'll move on to the second fight. So the next shadow is going to be in the second area on the very top left here. Now, in order to tackle the shadow, it's going to be a bit of the same, but with different passive. So she still has the same gimmick of where Lilith will die and then she will be resummoned. Also the absorb SP. However, she does gain the passive of Devouring Vortex. Now, this is a stackable damage increase by 10% every time she does that said skill. So, honestly, defense is probably the best way to go if you are not capable of dealing enough damage. This is probably going to be the same team lineup I probably use for all the shadows, because this is honestly the most funnest. I mean, I could use Angie, but I'd rather use her for some other instance. But we're gonna use Vitality for this one. Alright. Yeah. And they're back. Cool. Alright. Now we just gotta be very mindful of what we do. Let us... Again, we shouldn't be... Well, for me, I shouldn't worry too much, but just be mindful of what I should do. This is probably just death anyway. Just summon. Yep. Yep, Devouring Vortex. Let's go, dude. Let's save our highlight for the next fight. Clear it out a little bit easier. Let us do Sonic Interference. Yeah, this is going to just immediately just nuke everybody. Surprised she's still alive. Alright, cool. Let's do this. And that should be death for everyone. Nice. Alright, let's move on to the next one. And I think this next one is going to be the last one for the Mementos, and everyone else is in the palace, so let's get to it. Okay, so for this one, it's going to be a lot more challenging than the other ones. Now, I would think this is going to be fused into a gimmick fight. So, Lilith will still summon these 2 shadows, however, the Devouring Vortex will be alternately different. In some cases, when she does gain those stacks, she will gain more and more and do basically get stronger. Now, however, we can get rid of these 2 shadows to where she is forced to spend 3 of those stacks in total with what she has. Now, if we continue doing this rinse and repeat, she will then summon a succubus, I believe. And then when she does summon a succubus, no one on the field can't die until all of her stacks are gone. Now, when her stacks are gone, like at least I think one remaining, no one can die, and then once it goes to 0, we win the fight. Now, in some cases, we can run through this as the gimmick fight, but in some cases, to my knowledge, we can kind of just end them before we get to that gimmick portion of the fight. So let's see if we can avoid it at all costs, if possible. So we're gonna use our skill 3 for this item. And then we're gonna use this. So most likely this may not kill the backup shadows. It did. Alright, cool. We missed that shot. Whoever hit us with that. Alright, cool. We're gonna do this. second thing, we're gonna use skill 2 on Crow. Now this will force her to summon both of the shadows. Oh, or just one of them. It should have been both. How many stacks does she have in total? She only has 1 stack. Okay, so we're probably into the portion to where they can no longer die. The backup shadows. That's what I'm saying. I think the backup shadows can't die. I think they will live in 1 HP regardless, but I could be wrong. Let's do this. No. Okay, no. We're still not at that portion yet. What? No. They're gone now. Oh, now we did. Okay, now we're at this point. Now we are at the point to where we need to continue to eat away the vortex to where we can win the fight. So she has 2 vortex stacks. Alright, so we need to get rid of these guys fast as possible. Fast as possible, honestly. So let's use the Twins highlight, and then let's use Futama's skill 1. Increase the defense of everyone on the field. And then we can cast. Let's do something. So let's get rid of the backup shadows to where we can win the gimmick fight, to where she is forced to spend the additional stacking she has on them. Let's do Super Revolution, because I think I already cast Rebellion on the Twins. Okay, let's, I guess this. We can't do anything because they're not gonna die. We gotta wait for her. We gotta wait for her to knock up the Passos. No. Ooh. We got no SP on. We got no SP to our name. Let's do this. Let's do that. Alright, then let's just guard. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. Let's do this. They gotta eventually give in. Oh, that's not good. Alright, there we go, we won. Alrighty, so for the first shadow in the palace, it's going to be the shadow here. It's going to be on the very top, the very top place of the Shadow Swarm area. This fight is going to be like a baton pass kind of gimmick. So first we're going to be starting with Cerberus and then Orpheus. Orpheus? Orpheus. If that's how you pronounce it. So they're basically are going to be doing like a tag kind of situation. So first we're going to fight off with him, and then after his turn he's going to swap with the other shadow. Now once the other shadow swaps, Orpheus, when he comes to play, he will have a counter stance, I believe. So after every hit he's every hit he takes, he will retaliate with Double Fang, and on top of that he will proc a passive ability to where he will increase his damage but decrease the damage taken as well. So honestly, I think it's best to have at least a Guardian on standby just in case, and then just build up just buffs and then just wail it on somebody else. For this fight, I'm not entirely sure they share the same HP, but I know they do swap between places. So same team as I did before. I will be playing. Let's just start stacking. Actually, no. Let's do this. Let's do Storm Petals. Because most likely we'll just kill when he comes back. 2 Nexus 1. And then let's do skill 1. And skill 2. Do they say the same HP? Oh, he also launches a taunt. I totally forgot about that as well. No, they do share the same HP. Okay, so yeah. Building up enough damage is good, but at the same time, it's better it's just a whale. Alright, this should honestly just be death. There's no need to go overboard or anything. Let's just use the skill 1. So most likely, we might have to do this with the other 2 shadows, the same gimmick, but probably different passives. So let's go to the next shadow, the middle-ish section. So, same as before, it's going to be just the same, like, character gimmick, but this time, some of the passives will be changed, like this one for instance. If Cerberus takes damage 3 times in 1 turn, it will be replaced by Orpheus. Each time Cerberus is replaced, it gains guard dog stat. Now, for the guard dog stat, let's actually just jump in and go for like a live demonstration. Because most likely we're just going to hit it 3 times anyway. Yeah, it doesn't really explain what dogs are. It does guard dogs. The gaze doesn't show. Alright, so let's tinker with it. Looks like it's about to switch. Should be guard dog's gaze. Alright, let's see. It's a permanent stack. Okay. When Orpheus is replaced, it gains 1 stack and 3 stacks and use Abysmal Gaze. And Abysmal Gaze. What will Abysmal Gaze be? Alright, Orpheus has an effect that decreases final damage taken. When its effect is, yeah, basically the first one. Alright, Abysmal Gaze inflicting all enemies with despair. Ah, okay. So, that's bad. Okay, normally if how despair is played, like the previous games, despair makes it to where your party members are going to be unable to act at all. I think within 3 turns, it's either A, they die, or they leave the field. I think it's either one of those. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Alright. But I know it's one of those two. He's either one of those. Let's do skill 2. Oh, skill 3. Ooh. Have the twins just use their Almighty. Alright, counter attack. Damage taken is up. Alright, cool. Let's just practice for now. Okay. Why is it just her? Hello. Why is it just attacking Tempest? Am I sharing the damage button? Okay, he's. Why is it? Hello? Why? Why did he attack just Tempest? What's up with the love for everyone? Hello? Alright. Well, Tempest is just gone. Alright, cool. Now he switches over. Nice. Let's do this. Do we have anything that increase? No, not increase. Well, just. Do we have a revival? Oh, these are charms and bells. No. I don't think we do. No. I'm having to go by and check. Don't we have a revival item in this game? Or am I just vaguely just mistaken? I could be mistaken. Alright, cool. Oh, we'll bright ourselves. Well, honestly, this possibly should kill. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. So we just gotta be very mindful of that specific move. I don't know why it just targeted Tempest. Alright, let's move on to the hardest one. Okay, so for this shadow, it's going to be an underground B section 1 on the very bottom right of the map. That's where we're gonna find him, sitting right here at the very back. Okay, so it's most likely doing the same thing, but this time it's gonna be the most hardest one of all. It now inflicts. Oh, okay. So Cerberus inflicts a spiritual element. On a Phantom Thief, they become permanently inflicted with unease. Unease does not stack. It can be removed by healing skills. If 2 or more Phantom Thieves are inflicted with unease at the start of the Cerberus turn, its HP will be fully restored. Oh, okay. So I think probably for this kind of fight, I think Miriam is probably like the ideal healer for this game, for this fight. Since she's able to restore like debuffs and whatnot with her healing skill. We're gonna be fighting one character, I believe, though. So we should be able to let's bring you and Violet. Let's change courses now. Let's do this, and then let's go with. Let's do this instead. Alright, we're changing it up a bit. Alright, so let me go here real quick. So most likely he'll still have the. Yeah, he still has the passes. If he takes 3 damage, if he takes damage 3 times, he'll switch. Dog's Gaze, basically giving him a permanent buff. Unease, same thing. We won't know until we actually see Orpheus. Not Orpheus. Oh my god. What's... I'm saying Orpheus like it's the... Is it actually just spelled Orpheus? I could be wrong. I'm kind of stupid. All right. Let's see this. Let's do this. Let's see the party increase for twins, and I will probably do. Should I do Revolution or? Yeah, let's do Revolution, and then we can go back to Rebellion. Alright, we're doing this just for 1. And that's 2 hits. This is going to be the 3rd hit. Which is going to be totally fine. Alright, now he's going to switch. Alright, cool. Final damage, defense down. Final damage down. So he's going to be taking less damage. Let's see. Nothing too crazy. He does have taunt, but he's going to be start inflicting us though. When he has 3 of them stacked. Okay. Alright, cool. Let's do Seal 2 for Violet. And then we'll cast Rebellion on me. Actually, let's do this. Support, Skill 2 on you. And then you can do Skill 2 on Violet. Let's do Skill 1, Skill 2, excuse me. Do the heal and attack buff that we'll need. And then let's keep that. I'm gonna do this. This is 100% going to give him the sexy need. Okay, is it? Why is it just specifically her though? Or is it just that side? Why? Why? Okay, now he chooses someone else. Thank God. And okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you spreading the damage instead of having one person just take the hit. I'm not getting the full shield, am I? Okay, they just died. Alright, cool. That was honestly the most easiest thing ever. Alright, I was expecting a lot more. Alright, let's move on to the last set. Okay, so the last one is going to be in the same area, so up same floor, but on the very like the far left side. So who we got? We have Narc, and then we have Li Dongxi. Alright, so weakness and resistance are different than normal. At the end of his turn, if a summoned Narc is present, has a high chance of inflicting dizzy. Alright, when summoned is defeated, 50% health. What? Okay, so just rest of the beat. Alright, cool. Let's change. Let's go back to the Violet team I had before. I lied. Let's not do that. Let's just do this. Can you do that before? Alright, he summons. Cool. He summons a mini-me. What is this? When attacked, remove one stack. When all stacks are removed, summon another one. When he is KO'd. Oh, so this is just a countless. Alright. When someone takes an attack, it loses the Shackles Reflection stack. When all of the Shackles Reflection stacks are removed, the second will be KO'd. Alright. And then when a summon is defeated, recovers 50% of max HP. Alright, so I'm assuming if we remove the clone of him, this main one heals 50% of the HP he has remaining. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Alright, cool. So, plain old simple gimmick was, you get rid of the shadows, he just heals constantly. Well, just he heals the HP, 50% he has currently with him. So man, I really wanted to be so stupid and just target him specifically. Because look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Greatly decreased final damage taken. Yikes. Alright. He has one more stack, so he's going to heal. That's what happens when you have an AoE character. Yep, he heals. Yep. He dies. And then he summons one. Yeah. Yeah. Getting rid of the main body makes sense. Yeah. Because he's going to keep healing if you decide to target this guy 3 times. I wonder if the same happens when you do Li Dongxi. But you shouldn't, because it didn't state that at all. There it is. Let's target you. Why not, shall we? I'm gonna die anyway. Stay down. And then we can do this. This is gonna hit everybody. So that should be 1 stack removed. Hey, cool. Now we just gotta get rid of this guy. Actually, can we do this instead? You can. There you go. We're on to the next fight. So it's surprisingly easy. Alright. Okay, so next fight is going to be, where is this? It's going to be the Shadow Swarm area, and on like the very top left-ish of the map. So this is going to be the normal difficulty of this fight. So same. Oh, okay. So it's not the same. Alright, at the end of a summoned, it's not present, he recovers 18% of his max HP. When summon is present, he loses 18% of his HP. Okay, so this one, okay, Li Dongxi has a new passive. Alright, at the start of the turn, there is no summon, she will summon one. Use the Shadows Reversal, which inflicts all entities with the effect that it reduces their HP by 10% each time they take an action. Alright, cool. Alright, let's do this. Same team. Most likely we'll just use the twins' passive. Let's see. So, same gimmick, but this time he loses 18% of his HP. Skill 3 on the twins. Let's see how much this does. You shouldn't do that, like, too crazy. Okay. Let's get rid of lead on she first. To where she doesn't have to continue using that insurance to summon these little guys. Okay, he heals. Alright, so you should be able to. Okay, cool. He's gone. So when he summons another one, he loses 18%. Alright. This is a no-brainer. This is actually very easier than the previous one. Even though it's meant to be what, the easy version, like the low difficulty. This was actually a lot more benefiting. So the last and final one is going to be in the underground second floor, I believe? Yeah, the underground second floor, the very top right. Alright, so let's see what the final shadow has in store. So most likely it's the same thing. What about lead on she? Yep, she does another one, I think. Depending on the number of... Oh, there's gonna be multiple of these guys now. Number of Nar present gains a reduction of final damage taken and skill activation count. Oh, so okay, so these guys are gonna be a lot more tankier than usual. Okay, we're still using this team. That's why I like it. Right, cool. So there's gonna be multiple of these guys now. Mirror of the Illusion. That's probably is the. Yep, that is 20%. Per. This is. I'm assuming this is gonna be per shadow on the field. Yeah. Yeah. This is 20. This so they have damage. They have increased damage reduction for 20% for every enemy on the field. So that's 60. That's if they're gonna continue spawning. Hold up, let me try something actually. He's not losing his stack like before, but he's gone now. So does he has to stack to where he loses 18% or is he gaining health? She still throws the shadow reveal. So getting rid of lead on Sheen still a main priority. Strange. I would only assume that he loses 18% now, instead of gaining HP, but we'll know once we cross that out. Alright, she's gone, she can't summon anymore, which is just automatic death. But he still has the power to summon shadows on his behalf. I assume he still does. Unless he doesn't. Oh, he did. I guess not. He just no longer has it. So just getting rid of lead on She is literally the key of every fight for this shadow. Alright, cool. Let's go here. Revolution on the twins. Let's go one. And it's literally just death. And that's it. Yeah, two mass as one. And that shit and everything. That was actually pretty easy. Yeah, this last set was actually really easy. Alright. So, let me see if anything else back. No, I honestly think that's it. You know what? Events like this, I do like, but I wish there was like kind of more of them now. Like with like how they did like the previous events, with the mazes and such. Like, I like these gimmick fights, I really do, but I want it to be like a full collection of them. You know, just have more of these. And this is probably is gonna give me like very like giddy or whatnot. But you know, fighting different types of shadows with these kind of gimmicks is just like in the Mementos fights, and the the normal palaces, to where you do the what's it called, the challenges, to where you have to do the progression. What's it called? What are they called? Elite? No, just it. Are they just called elites? I know some of them are called elites. Enemies defeated. No, I could be wrong. But just these fights, these bosses in general, I really do like a lot. But honestly, this was a nice, good opening. I want to say teaser for these events that's gonna come out eventually. But hopefully, the event for next month kind of have these kind of fights. I hope they do, because I really do like challenge fights, like gimmick shadows. Honestly, gimmick shadows is like probably much the most fun fights I would have, like to where you actually have to think about some shadows of how they play. But hopefully we have more of these in the near future. I really do enjoy these. I really did enjoy this Shadow Hunt fight, this hunt event. I really love it. The rewards, pretty good, especially these space cards. That we will eventually need them for other characters that comes out. But honestly, this is overall ranking. I give this like say like 7 out of 10. I wish there were more. If that's too crazy, yes, I wish there were more. But yeah, I'm just going to do like other stuff, because as of right now, there's just nothing to do until like the reset and these next event tabs that they start pushing out for the next month or later. This month and next month for the first anniversary that we have that's coming up. So what I'm about to do is that I'm going to revisit characters that I have not used, or or probably have not used in a while, or just revisit some of the Phantom Thieves that's in this game. Like so far, I'm going to probably look over, the 4 stars that we have, or the 5 stars, just basically just the whole overhaul. So yeah, that's it.